Abandoned by the Americans in the middle of a battlefield, Syria's Kurds have been forced to turn themselves over to a brutal dictator. Under fire by Turkish forces and left to fight for themselves, the Kurds are getting help from a new ally, the government of President Bashar al-Assad, a sworn enemy of Washington. Hours after their agreement was announced, Assad's army entered Kurdish-run towns and villages along the border with Turkey on trucks with mounted machine guns. The return of regime troops to northeast Syria signals a major power shift in the country's long war, and it's a death knell for Kurdish hopes of maintaining autonomy from Syria's regime in their semi-state. The Syrian government has been almost entirely absent from the northeast since the Kurdish-led militia that battled ISIS emerged as the region's overarching political force. For years, Washington relied on the Syrian Democratic Forces as its main partner in the fight against the Islamic State. While Assad vowed to retake all of Syria's territory, he had no way of doing it while American troops were still there. But the United States announced this weekend those troops will leave northern Syria altogether, relinquishing any remaining influence in the area to Assad and his chief backer, Russia. As U.S. forces move out, Syrian forces are moving in a bid to stop the Turkish onslaught. It's been only a week since President Trump first pulled back American soldiers in Syria, clearing the way for an attack by Turkey. The Turks see the Kurdish militia as a security threat because of its links to a Kurdish separatist movement within its own country. The purpose of the offensive is to push Kurds away from its border. In response to the Turkish invasion, President Trump said he was going to halt trade negotiations with Turkey and will soon authorize sanctions. As Turkey-backed fighters press on with attempts to capture Kurdish land, the Kurds say they had no choice but to partner with Assad and Russia. In an editorial published in Foreign Policy magazine, the top Kurdish general put it this way: "If we have to choose between compromises and the genocide of our people, we will surely choose life for our people." Despite Syrian forces joining the fight against the Turks, Turkey's president says that his country will not back down from the battle and is determined to take its operation in northern Syria to the very end.